Hey, Twinny. I've got some incredibly exciting news.
Well, the only time you ever text is when you have news to share or you need money. What is it this time around?
LOL. You don't have to be that way. So, do you want to hear what I have to share or not?
Alright. What's the big news? It must be something pretty thrilling, judging by your out of the blue message.
You won't believe what I'm about to reveal.
Sasha, spill the beans already.
I'm going to be a journalist for a fashion magazine. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled.
That's incredible. Landing a position like that is an incredibly challenging accomplishment. You've always aspired to be a part of the fashion industry, so this must be exhilarating for you. How did you manage to secure the job?
Well, it's actually quite an amusing tale. I stumbled upon an online job posting for it. It was cleverly tucked away on one of the fashion magazine's websites, so I decided to take a chance and apply.
That's fantastic. You know what they say, you'll never achieve something if you don't give it your all.
Absolutely. Although, I have to admit, the application process wasn't a walk in the park. The form was intricate and filled with dense, jargon-heavy language. There were numerous terms I struggled to comprehend. Not to mention, they required an extensive portfolio to ensure they chose the right candidate for the role. I honestly felt like my head might explode from all the effort it took to complete that application.
Wait a minute. You don't have any experience in fashion magazine writing, and you don't have any previous work or a portfolio. How did you even apply for the job?
Well, let's just say I have my methods.
You mean you used someone else's work and presented it as your own?
You're making it sound so much less glamorous than how I explained it. It's not like I'm some terrible criminal.
Well, if you're using someone else's work to try and secure a job, then it's not the most ethical approach.
What's the big deal? The work passed their scrutiny. They should be pleased that a prestigious fashion magazine appreciated their work enough to advance it to the in-person interview stage. It's a compliment, really. If anything, they should be grateful that I chose to showcase their work. Otherwise, they might have gone unnoticed.
But it's not your work. Doesn't it bother you to use someone else's efforts and claim them as your own?
Why not? If they didn't seize the opportunity, I believe it's fair game.
How do you plan to perform the job, though? Without prior experience in writing for a magazine like that, or any background in the fast-paced fashion industry.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be that difficult. I mean, it's just expressing my opinions about clothing. It's not exactly rocket science.
Your tone suggests you're not particularly enthusiastic about the job.
Well, it's not like I'm over the moon about it. It's still work after all.
So what's getting you so excited then?
Seriously? Can't you guess? The fashion! I'll have access to amazing discounts on top brands. I'll be the envy of everyone because I'll look like $1,000,000.
Ah, I see.
I don't think you fully grasp the kind of clothing I'll have access to. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci, it'll all be within reach.
Well, that's fantastic for you.
Listen, just because you prefer a more understated style or occasionally shop from thrift stores doesn't mean the rest of us are wrong for aspiring to something more upscale. Not all of us want to give the impression that we don't care about our appearance.
Hold on a second. What are you implying? I do care about how I look. Wearing designer labels every day doesn't define one's sense of style or grooming. Plus, charity shops can be treasure troves for designer brands. You'd be surprised at what people donate. Classic Gucci pieces and more. Maybe they're not the latest trends, but they often have timeless appeal, offering a touch of elegance and a superior fit.
Let's face it, you have a different fashion sense. You might prefer a pair of well-worn jeans and an old sweater over a sophisticated dress or skirt and blouse ensemble. Hilarious, isn't it?
What's going on? Why are you being so harsh? I wasn't criticizing your new job opportunity. I was just asking how you plan to handle it.
No, you were attempting to belittle me and my new job. It's clear that you can't handle the fact that I'm making strides in my life, and you're envious because I'm finally pursuing a career, unlike you.
What are you implying?
It's pretty straightforward. You spend most of your days lounging around at mom and dad's place, consuming their resources, eating their food, and using their utilities. When are you going to stop being unemployed and actually get a job?
I'm not a failure. I've been working diligently on a project that I believe will open up better opportunities for me.
Oh, your little writing project. It's a total waste of time, and everyone knows it. You probably spend your days in your room, possibly napping or playing games, pretending to write and work on a book or something equally unimportant. Even if you manage to finish it, I doubt anyone will want to read it. I'm willing to bet it's dreadfully dull.
What's actually dreadful is the way you make assumptions about something you know nothing about.
Here's the best advice you will ever get. Re-enter the job market and seek a more stable position instead of spending your days scribbling in that notebook. It's not benefiting anyone, and it's not putting money in your pocket. Consider working in a grocery store or something to start earning a living. It's rather disheartening to see you invest so much time in something that may never pay off, unlike my promising new job opportunity.
Well, you haven't actually secured the job yet. You've only progressed to the in-person interview. It's not guaranteed that you will be hired or anything.
At least I'm exploring new opportunities and enjoying life. It's not my fault if you're envious of my achievement while you feel stuck.
Are you done with your lecture? I've had to endure this every day for the past few months, and it's getting repetitive.
I'm just being honest. If you don't appreciate the truth, maybe it's time to make a change.
Whatever.
I'm just looking out for you. Sooner or later, mom and dad might grow weary of you being around and decide to ask you to leave. I'm just trying to ensure you're prepared when it happens. Nobody wants to live with an idle, unemployed individual.
Did mom or dad tell you that they feel this way?
Well, mom has dropped hints, and I wouldn't be surprised if she directly addresses it soon and asks you to move out.
Right. I see. How about you focus on preparing for your interview instead of spreading falsehoods to frighten me?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hi, Mom.
Holly, is everything okay? You don't usually text me like this.
Well, not really. Are you planning on asking me to leave the house?
Oh, you found out about that. Did Sasha mention it?
Is it true?
Come on, sweetie. You're 24 now. It's time for you to consider moving out and finding your own place. You can't live with your dad and me indefinitely, can you? I'm sure you like your own space, right? It's not much fun living with your parents as a young adult. You probably want your own place to host friends and such, and that's not really feasible here.
So you're trying to make it sound like you are doing me a favor. But is Sasha also leaving the house?
Well, no. She's staying for the time being. She needs a stable place to live while she pursues her new job.
She's going to take over my room, right?
We're planning to convert it into a writing room for her. She needs a dedicated space to work.
Seriously? You're kicking me out so you can turn my room into an office for Sasha? Can't you see how unfair that is? I get that she's your favorite, but this just doesn't seem right. I don't have a place to go.
I'm sure you'll find a solution. You're a clever young woman, after all. But I do believe it's best if you move out by the end of the month.
What? That's so soon.
Sooner is better. It will give you a sense of independence. Besides, if Sasha secures her job, she'll need a workspace immediately. So we need to prepare it for her.
But Mom!
I'll help you search for a new place later. Right now, I have to meet with Sasha and discuss her fashion job. We'll talk later.
Mom mentioned she talked to you earlier about the whole moving out situation. I did say they'd want you to leave soon.
They only wanted me out because of you, right? This was your idea, wasn't it?
Well, I might have nudged them in that direction.
Nudged them? They're kicking me out, and I have no place to go.
You'll find a solution. Plus, it's clear Mom wants to provide me with every opportunity to succeed in my chosen career, given my promising prospects. So please ensure you moved out by this weekend, alright? I need my office ready when I secure my new job, and my interview is next week, leaving limited time for the preparations.
Whoa, hold on a minute. I can't agree to that. I'm not going to be left without a place to stay. I'll talk to Mom and address this.
Fine, but don't say I didn't caution you.
Holly, we discussed this. You need to move out.
Mom, what are you talking about?
Sasha informed me that you don't want to move out. We've discussed this. You must vacate your room to create an office space.
Mom, if you make me leave, I'll literally have no place to go.
I understand it's difficult, but there's nothing more I can do. You'll need to find another place to stay.
Mom!
No, that's my final decision, and I don't want to discuss it further.
Fine. Well, you win, Sasha. I hope it was worth it. My room will be empty by tomorrow.
Glad you've realized your place. Maybe now you'll find some motivation to be productive.
Actually, just so you know, all this time when you thought I was just lazing around and scribbling in my notebook, I was working on a story. I've written a full-fledged book, and earlier today, I had a meeting with high-level executives from some major publishing companies. They're eager to publish my book, and some have even likened it to the next Harry Potter. It's incredible, really. They've offered me a substantial upfront payment and royalties once it starts selling. They believe it's going to be a massive success and generate significant revenue.
What? That's impossible.
LOL, you better believe. Oh, and just a heads up, I know you used my work for your magazine interview. I figured that I would be your best bet for getting hired. The only catch is that I've embedded hidden markers within my work to confirm that you didn't write it.
What are you talking about?
Well, because you used to copy my homework during high school, I got into the habit of inserting notes in certain paragraphs, making it clear that they were not your own. These notes often conclude with me stating that I was the original author and that your version was a copy. If you've used one of my pieces, it will undeniably bear my personal signature.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you did that. Now I've probably blown my chances of getting the job.
Well, maybe you should have tried using your own work instead of resorting to plagiarism. It's too late for you now, but it's a valuable lesson for the future.
Seriously, Holly? You owe me a share of the money from your book. It's the least you can do after sabotaging my only opportunity in the fashion industry.
I didn't sabotage anything. You're the one who used stolen work. How did you plan to write the actual articles? Get someone else to do it for you? That's not a sustainable approach.
I would have figured something out. I would have learned while on the job.
I really doubt that would have worked.
Just because you've written a book doesn't make you a writing expert. I could have done that just as well.
If that's the case, why don't you try writing your own book and see how easy it is? Anyway, now that I have a substantial amount of money, I can finally afford to buy my own place to live. I won't have to tolerate your presence or Mom's favoritism any longer.
Well, at least consider letting me move in with you.
LOL, no chance. You can stay at Mom's place. Besides, you've got my old bedroom now. Why would you want to leave it so soon?
I was just thinking that...
Exactly. Anyway, I've got to run now. I have some important meetings to attend. See ya.
Holly, wait! I really need you. There is a good chance I will get fired soon. Do you think you can lend me some money?
Not anymore. I have always put everyone first before myself. I've done so much for you, but all you do is stab me in the back.
We can start all over again. We can mend our relationship.
Too late for that. Bye, twin sis. I swiftly moved out of my parents' house and into my very own apartment, thanks to the money I earned from the book. My book went on to become the bestseller of the year. However, things didn't turn out so great for Sasha, Mom, and Dad. Sasha got fired a few weeks after she started her job, since she wasn't qualified in the first place. She ended up relying on Mom and Dad, until they became fed up and demanded she contribute to household expenses. Sasha was compelled to find work at a local supermarket, earning minimum wage. My parents tried reaching out to me, but after how they treated me, I wasn't too eager to engage with them. Sometimes, in life, you have to remove toxic individuals, even if they're family, to foster growth. It can be challenging, but it's often for the better. To lead a fulfilling life with good mental health, you need a supportive and positive support system.
Iris, about today's lunchbox, what the heck is this? It's just leftovers from yesterday and the same stuff as this morning's breakfast. Why didn't you prepare anything for the lunchbox? I haven't seen such a poor lunchbox in a long time. You don't have to say it like that, you know? Managing the household budget is tough. We can't afford to be extravagant. Making a lunchbox doesn't cost that much, does it? Even frozen foods are tasty these days, so include some of those. They're about $1 each, right? Even small expenses add up. I'm somehow managing the food expenses, including your lunch. If it's not enough, use your own pocket money. Why should I have to supplement our food expenses with my pocket money? I hate to say this, but Alan, your take-home pay is $1,500, and we're living on that, you know? You do realize our budget is pretty tight, right? No, I don't get it. Aren't you just bad with money? I have married colleagues who eat better than this. Isn't it strange that I'm eating such a lunch even though we work for the same company? Isn't that because their wives work part-time or they get help from their parents? I wonder if it's okay for me to start working now. Even if it's not full-time, I think I can handle a part-time job. Is it okay if I say something to your mom? That's why I want you to be on my side, Alan. I understand that your mom opposes me working, but we can't go on like this. Who's going to take care of my mom's shopping and doctor's appointments? My mom lives alone. Iris, her daughter-in-law, should be able to handle that. Even if I get a part-time job, I can still do pick-up and drop-off. My mom tends to contact us suddenly. I want you to be ready to act immediately. Can't you ask her to wait a bit? Then I could work and we'd have more room in our budget. No way. My mom wouldn't listen to me. And if you start a part-time job, she might start contacting me instead. My mom believes a wife should be at home. Then can you save a little more, Alan? You're shopping with credit cards apart from your pocket money, aren't you? We're running a deficit every month because of those payments. But we're getting by, aren't we? That's because I'm dipping into my savings from when I was single. If we have savings, we'll be fine, right? What are you talking about? This money is mine. It doesn't matter whose money it is now that we're married, does it? It does matter. And I want to keep it for emergencies. Isn't now the emergency? By emergency, I mean in case of illness or some urgent situation. If you're opposed to me working, at least try to save. I'm already doing my best to save. I've even cut down to less than a pack of cigarettes a day. So, you're not considering quitting? There's no way I can quit smoking. You could also put more effort into our lunches and regular meals, Iris. I'm the one who's working hard every day. Shouldn't you think more about taking care of me? Alan, what's this $1,000 bill on the credit card? Sorry. I ended up buying something I needed. You know your salary is $1,500, right? What am I supposed to do with the remaining $500? That's your job, Iris. Once the rent is paid, there's nothing left. How am I supposed to deal with that? What do we do? Can we use your savings? Please don't rely on my savings. Besides, there's not much left in my savings. I've told you over and over that our budget is tight. Why do you do this? You're so annoying. It's okay once in a while, right? I'm the one who's working. I want to work too if you'd let me. I'm tired of worrying about money every month. Alan, you have your pocket money, but I don't have anything each month. I haven't bought a single thing for myself since we got married. When we got married, we promised to support each other. My salary is going to increase a bit next year, so don't get all worked up. We're talking about now, not next year. Seriously, stop it. You're going to pay for this credit card bill. What? You know I can't afford it. Then why did you use it? Did you use it because I told you about my savings from when I was single? It's not exactly that, but stop calling me while I'm at work. It's your fault, isn't it? Me, huh? It's you who can't manage money, isn't it? No matter how you look at it, our finances aren't balanced. I don't want to talk about money anymore. Yes, that's it. End of story. Wait, it's not over yet. When you get home, we'll talk it through again, alright? Iris, if we argue about this at home, I'll lose my temper. Got it? Why does it always end up like this? Our meals are so modest every day because you can't handle money, right? I'm working hard, yet all you do is complain. You're the one not doing anything. Don't you dare talk to me about money again. It's all because you spend too much, isn't it? What else do you want me to do? That's your job to think about it. There are even people on the internet and TV who live on $100, you know? You're lacking creativity, that's all. Don't just blindly accept that. I'm saying most of it is gone just paying rent. You're so annoying. Enough already. I'm not coming home tonight. Huh? Where are you going? To my mother-in-law's place? Enough already. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Alan, I went to the bank earlier. There was no paycheck deposited. You're not late on your paycheck, are you? About that. I already withdrew it.
What? Why?
Were you planning to hand it to me later? No, not that. I stopped putting money in for living expenses for a while.
What? What do you mean?
So, about our monthly living expenses, I'm not going to give you any for a while starting this month. Huh? What are you saying? How am I supposed to live without money? Can't you manage with your savings? You're seriously saying that? I told you my savings are running low, didn't I? But you still have some, right? Even last time's credit card bill somehow worked out. You keep saving, save when you have money. I'll be in trouble with the paycheck. Are you doing this because we had a fight? You're cheeky for a parasite. You should be more grateful to me. You've been thinking of me as a parasite? That's right. You're jobless and just eating, right? Isn't the word parasite a perfect fit? Haha. I've been doing house chores and going to your mother-in-law's house.
I think I'm doing quite a few things.
It's not like I'm not doing anything. So, is that making any money? All you do is things that don't earn a dime, yet you act so high and mighty. I've never acted high and mighty, have I? You were lecturing me. You can't live without me. Don't ever tell me to save money again. It's crazy to corner me financially. It's your fault for not understanding my position. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to kneel and apologize when you get home? I've had enough. What do you mean by enough? I'm sorry. Oh, you're apologizing. Then promise me you'll never go against me again. I'm looking forward to coming home today. Depending on your attitude, I'll think about whether to give you the paycheck. Hey, Iris. Why aren't you home? You didn't even prepare dinner. Did my mother-in-law call you over or something? No, not that. I left the house. Huh? Weren't you supposed to apologize? I've done everything I can. You ran away from home because you can't get living expenses from me. You should just apologize quickly instead of being stubborn. I'm the one earning money, so you're the one who'll suffer, huh? I wonder how long this will last, huh? How will the parasite live, huh? I won't be in trouble, but you're going to have a rough time. You should be worried about yourself. What are you talking about? You're the one who'll be in trouble, right? Why am I having trouble? You can't survive without my paycheck, and you're homeless, right? Your parents are already dead. You don't even have a place to go back to. If that's the case, don't worry. I've already found a job and a place to live. What? I've been job hunting, so it was perfect. Job hunting? Hey, it's forbidden to work in this house. I know. I was planning to get a divorce, so I left. Divorce? Why? Are you serious? Why would I lie about something like this? You kept telling me to save money every month because we're running a deficit, but you don't cooperate at all. If you knew I had savings, you'd spend even more. To top it all off, you've been economically sanctioning me because I'm cheeky. Do you think I can live with someone like that? What are you saying? Iris, just come home for now. At a later date, I'll visit the house with a lawyer. Why is a lawyer coming? I just want to talk to you. I'm bringing a lawyer because I don't think we can have a decent conversation, just the two of us. When we get a divorce, there's also the matter of property division. Well, we don't have any joint property, so it'll be about appliances and the car. Don't rush things. I want to discuss the divorce first. What's there to discuss now? That is, it's about the future, so to speak. If Iris was that worried, I thought I would compromise a little. I don't need that, huh? I'm getting a divorce because I'm tired of living with you, alright? Finding a middle ground by discussing things with each other. It's not on that level anymore. But it's harsh to suddenly talk about divorce. Who's the harsh one? You only have $1,500 income in each month, but you spend more than that, right? Even when I try to save, you just complain. All my efforts feel wasted. Other colleagues of ours are able to live decently. I don't want to be the only one living like I'm poor. That's why I've asked to be allowed to work, right? Yet, because my mother-in-law opposes it, you won't even let me get a part-time job. Honestly, you brought this on yourself. Understood. Then go ahead and get a part-time job. I said it's too late. Then, what are we supposed to do about Mother? I'm working, I can't take care of her. I don't know. I'll resign as your wife. Marriage was really hard up until now. Every day, like clockwork, Mother would call bossing me around. Even on weekdays, she would call me at work asking where I should take her. Wouldn't it just go back to that lifestyle? After marriage, you dumped everything on me without doing a thing. Is it because you're reluctant to divorce because you don't want to be used by your mother again? No, I've never even thought about divorce. You probably thought I couldn't get a divorce because I don't have parents to go back to, right? That's why you could treat me so poorly, right? No, it's not like that. Didn't you just say that earlier? There's nowhere to go, right? Sorry. Even if you apologize, I won't forgive you anymore. But you apologized to me during the day, right? You said sorry, right? Didn't you feel at least a little bit guilty? I can't take care of you anymore, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Iris, do you really want a divorce? Because of all the things that have happened? Plus, Alan, you can do as you please without me, right? No more nagging lectures from me, right? No, I'm bad at managing money. See? You just wanted to dump all the troublesome things onto me, right? I don't want to be with a husband who doesn't value me. From now on, I will value you. I'll save money and I won't side with my mother but protect you, Iris. That's what I wanted during our marriage. But I'm glad I got to know your true colors early on. I had some good memories during our courtship and early marriage, so it was hard to decide on a divorce. But thanks to this, I've made up my mind. Iris, I'm sorry. I can't live alone. Please, come back. Please. What you're worried about is not having me around to do everything for you, right? No. I want Iris back because I love you, because I care about you. You love me. Just words of love are annoying. If you really felt that way, you would have shown it in your actions. And you wouldn't have pushed me to the brink economically. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's too late to apologize now. Oh, I haven't paid this month's rent yet. And I haven't deposited the money for the credit card payment. I only have $800 left from this month's salary. I don't know, you're the one who spent it. Ah, that's right. Why don't you try the ingenuity you always talk about? You can live on $100 a month, right? You should try your best. He kept reaching out, insisting he didn't want a divorce, but my feelings weren't about to change. When I told him I was ready to seek mediation if he wouldn't agree to divorce, he begrudgingly signed the divorce papers. There were no savings for us to divide, but I managed to get some of the appliances and the car we bought when we were newlyweds. Afterwards, my ex-husband gave up on renting his own place and moved back to his mother's house, his childhood home. Since then, he's been swamped with looks after his mother and housework, leaving no time for himself, leading a busy life, or so I hear. To be blunt, his mother is a toxic parent, a person who seems to consider her son, my ex-husband, as her own property. As a result, when he moved back home, his mother took all his earnings, and he returned to the poverty-stricken life he once led. Before we got married, I felt sorry for him and wanted to support him, but now his words and actions have left me with no such feelings. After that, I got a job with housing included, and I've been living a busy but fulfilling life. Since it's company housing, I can save more than if I lived alone, and the working environment is also good.
It feels like I've suddenly arrived in heaven after a hellish marriage.
Our marriage lasted less than 2 years, but life without the freedom to change, even a single favorite snack or drink, was really tough. For a while, I planned to spoil myself, indulge in some luxuries now and then, and heal myself with the money I earn. For now, I'm not interested in dating, but if I ever get the chance, I'd like to choose someone who can manage money well. Money isn't everything, but the way you use it can change your life. To that end, I want to learn more about financial literacy and start building a solid foundation for my life once again.